If you're just joining us, I'm Tim Barkley with Charleston Home Design magazine, and today's radio show is coming to you from the Coleman Collection, a high-end consigned furniture store in Mount Pleasant located at 976 Houston Northcutt Boulevard. And now we're talking with Tom Lee with Southern Home Design. How you doing, Tom?
I'm doing great.
Good. Tom, tell everybody about Southern Home Design.
Southern Home Designs was basically created a couple of ideas I had when I was in college. Started doing some additions and renovations. Potential clients would call into the school, want something small design. I started with that, developed a passion for it, and I've been doing it for 26 years, and I love it.
Gotcha. So at Southern Home Designs, you draw house plans for people looking to build a new house?
Exactly. Also draw and design.
Gotcha. And what about if somebody was putting on an addition or doing some renovations in their
additions
house?
and renovations we do as well. Actually, I love those. They're more challenging, and personally, I just love those. I do a lot of those.
Gotcha. So if someone is looking to build a house, for example, there's a number of ways that they can approach a project. They could maybe purchase some house plans online. They could hire an architect, or they could hire a residential designer like yourself. What will they experience by hiring a residential designer like from Southern Home Design?
Personally, from my experience, over time, I have more time to give them personal attention that they need and that they require. I'm not a big firm. I don't do large commercial projects like architects do, and they're well qualified to do. My main focus is residential design, new homes, additions, renovations. I come to the client normally. I meet you at your workplace, at your office. I want you in a place where you're comfortable. And then we just discuss your ideas, your thoughts, your dreams, how long you've been thinking about your project. And we just work it out. And I've done that for 26 years. Mm-hmm. And so I'm just more available, I think. And if that shows a difference.
Sure. When you're driving down a street, say in the Ion neighborhood here in Mount Pleasant or on Daniel Island, can you look at the homes that you're driving by and tell which was designed by an architect and which was designed by a residential designer like you?
No, I cannot.
Okay.
No.
So, is there why would someone hire a residential designer like yourself from Southern Home Design versus an architect?
I think it really depends on the approach, the focus of the mindset of the potential client. Some of my clients have been major business owners. If I were to mention their business, you would immediately recognize it. When I was hired by him, he wanted the personal touch. Part of the deal was he said, Tom, I've called around. I really want you to do my project. This is my budget, but I want you to meet me at my office here, like on Tuesday and Thursdays between 9 and 12. Could you do that? And I said, I'd love to do that. And we developed a wonderful relationship. So it just depends on what you want. Mm-hmm. If you want a major firm to do something and, meet with a group of people whenever they, but I guess over the years I've sort of honed and perfected a method that's very personal. I really prefer to come to your house, sit down with you, and through that we just work the design process out in the comfort of your home or your business. Mm-hmm. And I think the basic relaxed approach, getting something done, being connected in a more personal way.
Mm-hmm. It's it's a little awkward to talk about this stuff, and I can tell you're a modest person. Is there a cost advantage to hiring a residential designer to draw the house plans?
I think there is. Honestly, my fee is probably about half what an architect would charge. Mm-hmm. I've been designing houses for 25 years. I did go to college. I did graduate. I did teach there for a year as well, just not for the fun of it, but the excitement of sharing some of the things that I did learn. Um, it just depends again on the focus. If you just want to hand off to a firm that's well equipped to do your project, that's great. But if more of a personal level, that's one of my strong points. You know, I wanna sit down, and I don't have a team that you talk to. You talk to me. You know, if you have any problems, you call me. And I don't do volume work. I used to in the beginning until I learned that I didn't want that reputation. I want to do quality work. I want to take my time and do it. I want to give you the best service I can provide, and I'm going to treat you that way every time we meet. And then when this project is over, my next project, I'm going to treat them the same way. That's just what I do.
Gotcha. What sets Southern Home Design apart from any other company offering house plans?
The first thing that comes to my mind, I have probably 14, 15 years of hands-on experience in construction. Actually had an accident later in life, went back to school, very difficult but very rewarding. And I've been designing houses for 25 years, and I actually love what I do. I haven't worked a day in my life in a long time.
There
and
you go.
That saying is very true.
Yeah.
I truly am passionate about residential design. I love it. It's one of the reasons I'm moving to this area. I absolutely love it here. I like to ride around, like you said, and just look at design. It's awesome.
What types of house plans does Southern Home Design provide?
We provide custom homes. You know, all the builders want to do those. I love to do a custom home. And a custom home, let me say this, a custom home is not a huge house. It can be. A custom home is defined by what you put into it. In other words, what you allow me to design in it. You can have an 800 square foot home that's a custom home. Additions and renovations, if I could choose, I would do only those. Architecturally, they really stretch me. They really get me in the books. You know, knowledge is on the job site if you're fortunate enough or willing to go do that, which I love, either before the guys get there or after, for obvious reasons, and in books. You know, you just pursue the knowledge. But I just love it. So I enjoy it.
Yeah, additions and renovations, those can kind of get tricky because you've obviously got the existing structure.
That's the challenge. When you get in your car and go from here to Columbia on a trip, you're thinking about the trip. You're gonna hit a bad spot in the road, and you don't know until you get there. It's normally the roof line. That's the challenge. That's the quickening. That's the, you know, that's what you think about at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Right, a lot of problem solving required with that. Do you ever wake up in the middle of the night and just you've been mulling over a problem with a particular house, and then it just comes to you?
200%. I agree with that 200%. I jokingly say I'm married to my business, but I love my wife. And
who's the other woman?
when you go to bed with your work and you get up with your work and it's not stressful and it doesn't hound you, you're a very, very blessed person. And that's what I am. I love. It's just being creative, and it's almost being able to like paint it or play music. And someone says, well, gee, you need to, you could benefit from that. And it's like, well, no, I just love doing that. It's a joy. It really is.
Does Southern Home Design work with, how closely do you folks work with builders or interior designers?
I love to meet with your builder, interior designers. They really make the process go smoothly. A lot of times, however, the homeowners do not have a builder. They're really apprehensive. They just don't want to pick someone out of the yellow pages. I worked with a lot of builders over the years. There's a handful of them I would trust any of my clients with, and I do refer a builder if they ask me. But yeah, I love working with builders. They're very knowledgeable.
Well, how can folks get more information about Southern Home Design?
They can call me on the one and only number I have, which is my cell, 843-496-1262. Or my webpage, please take a look at that. It's www.southernhomedesign.com. And from there, you can send me an email, and I'll be glad to meet with you and discuss your project.
Good
Love
deal.
to.
Well, we have been talking with Tom Lee with Southern Home Design. Thanks so much, Tom. If you're just joining us, I'm Tim Barkley with Charleston Home and Design magazine, and today's radio show is coming to you from the Coleman Collection, a high-end consigned furniture store in Mount Pleasant located at 976 Houston Northcutt Boulevard.